Hi, viewers. Welcome to another edition of Married Clinic Live. How are you today? I hope you are enjoying your day. Thank you so much for always joining us. Thank you for your participation. For our new members and our new subscriber on our YouTube channel, thank you too for subscribing and for joining us. I do appreciate you all. I remain your host, Maralaya and Okuti. Today we'll be looking at an interesting topic that talks about indecent dressing among married women. Indecent dressing among married women. Now, this issue has been a bone of contention among some couples, recently, based on some of the cases we are handling at the clinic. We see some spouses complaining, I don't like the way my wife dresses. I'm not impressed at all with the way she dresses. The way she dresses is too suggestive. You know, I don't just like it. I'm not comfortable with that kind of dressing. Now I know that some people will be out there, they'll be like, oh, didn't you know she dresses like that before you married her? But right now, that question is very irrelevant. That is not what we are talking about. What we want to look at is, should a married woman or even any woman be dressing indecently, out there? But the focus of this video is for married women. Married women, should a married woman dress indecently? Now, when has nudity become a crown of beauty? Recently a man was pouring out his heart to me, and he was talking about how, the wife, dresses improperly, indecently, in such a way that whenever she's going out, you will see all her cleavages out, all her boobs are out. She dresses for the boys and also dresses to compete, with the young ladies in town. And I was like, really? Could that still be happening among married women? Now we see a lot in society. We see how decadence is becoming the norm in society. We see how nudity, dressing nude is beginning to become the crown of beauty. But come to think of it, should that be the case? Now, should a married woman be going out dressing improperly, indecently, showing all her cleavages, her boobs, her hips, all her shapes, to the young boys out there? Should she be doing that? So we'll be looking at that today. Now, as a married woman, one thing you need to know is that once you have subscribed to marriage, then you are no longer independent. You can't say, oh, I'm just going to do whatever I like. No, you can't do that, because you are no longer independent, but you are now under a man. You are under a man, and that man, should be able to tell you, what, this type of dressing is not pleasing to me. I'm not pleased by the way you are dressed. And once the man, let you know that he is not pleased about your dressing, this could even be both gender. A woman too may not be pleased, with her husband's dressing. Now, one that spouse let you know that I'm not happy with the way you are dressed. I'm not happy with your mode of dressing, your style of dressing. I don't think I'm comfortable with it. A married woman should listen. Why? Because, see, your body is no longer your own. It belongs to your husband. Same way that husband's body also belongs to the wife. So it is what they like to see on it that you should put on. Now, in your house, in your private home, you can decide to show your nakedness to your partner in your house. I mean, in your bedroom, especially for those that are yet to have kids. You can decide to do whatever you like with your partner in your house. You can decide to walk naked, walk nude in the house so long it's just you and your partner. But once you start having children, you cannot be doing that in front of your children. You can't be walking around the house naked while you have children in the house, or maybe support staff living with you. You cannot be doing that. That is not decent. That is not proper. So you are more or less dressing for that your husband, for that your spouse. So they have become your assessor. They are the one to assess the woman to say, oh, I like what you're wearing. I don't like what you are wearing. Now, once his assessment is that this is not good, this is bad, I don't want this on you, then a good woman should listen. You can't say, oh, but it's my life. Oh, I'm going to just wear anything I like. I'm just going to wear whatever makes me happy, whatever pleases me. Excuse me. Nudity makes you happy. Dressing improperly makes you happy. Dressing indecently makes you happy. Then we should check your values. We should check your mindset, because nudity shouldn't be a thing that makes you happy or makes you or makes you tick or makes you think, oh, you are everything or you are the greatest thing that has happened to the world. No, you're supposed to put on some clothes. You're supposed to dress properly. Now, another reason why a woman cannot afford to dress indecently is because once you are married, you no longer belong. You no longer belong to the old lifestyle you used to live. You now have a new lifestyle, in the sense that you are now married into a new family. So that new family would have its own lifestyle. And I want to believe that new lifestyle will be cultivated by both the man and the woman. So the man has every right to say, you know what, in our new family, this is the way we want to be dressed. This is the way we want to look. This is the way we should be dressing when we are going out. This is the way our new family should be represented out there. Women should know that you are now representing a new family. You are representing that man. And you, that man, you should also know that you are representing that woman out there, and you cannot afford to go out there and put up a misrepresentation of their identity. That will not be good. Now, the reason why some of these men, cry out about indecent dressing by their wives is because they feel, oh, my reputation in the society, may be questioned or will become questionable with the way my wife dresses, because I don't understand. She's making it seem I'm not what I profess. I'm not who people think I am. But the way she's dressing in such a way that will make people to begin to disrespect me. Now, once your spouse is uncomfortable with the way you dress, I think that you should listen to them, because it's about them now. It's no longer about you. Fine, you are an individual. We are not saying you should lose your identity in that marriage, but we are trying to say you are now accountable. You are now answerable to your partner. Once you subscribe to marriage, once you are married, part of the marital obligation is for you to make each other happy, is for you to be accountable to each other. You are answerable to each other. You depend on each other. You can no longer live an independent life and say, oh, I'm just going to do things any way I like, however I like it, whatever makes me happy, whatever is pleasing to me. Excuse me. If it makes you happy and it makes that your man unhappy, then definitely you have no reason to be happy when your man is unhappy. You should be paying attention to the things that makes him unhappy. Now, there are some women, when you dress, the mood of the environment changes immediately. I've seen where some men will be like, see, the only time I'm sad, the only time I'm mad with her, the only time I'm furious, the only time I'm hungry is when she comes out of the room and I see the way she's dressed. My mood changes immediately. Now, those are honest spouses letting you know that, see, their mood changes immediately. They see the way you are dressed. The way you are dressed annoys them. It irritates take them. They don't want to see you dressed like that. You need to get that message and you need to adjust. Why? Because you are representing that man. You are representing a new family, a new home out there. Come to think of it, and there is this saying that goes that the way you are dressed is the way you will be addressed. Now, if you are dressed in such a way that almost half of your body is out there in the face of the public, I tell you, the highest people will use to look at you will be the highest of you being a sex object. And if that is the case, then every Tom, Dick, and Harry will make passes at you. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry will stop, to give you a lift. Why? Because of the way you are dressed. Even people would suggest all manner of things to you. They will throw things at you that normally they shouldn't be throwing at you. If you were properly and decently dressed, you do not portray the fact that you are a married woman. The way you are being dressed, you are still communicating to the young guys out there that you are still very much available, and you are still very much available for even their sexual antics. Now, that should not be the case if you are a married woman. A married woman should be someone who is modest in her dressing, in everything she does, and she should be after pleasing her husband. Yes, you should be after pleasing your husband as a married woman. As a matter of fact, at times before we go out, we ask each other. In fact, from the time you are even picking your clothes from the wardrobe, we are already asking, my dear, do you like this on me? Is this good on me? Do you want me to go out this way? Now, if he says no, it's a no. You just have to go back and change to what he feels he wants to see you in. And if I also say, oh, my dear, I think you should change this color of top and wear this, once I say, oh, this is how I want it, he would also listen. Now, that is how it should be between husband and wife, between partners that are really out to serve each other's interests, that are really out to make each other's happy. You can't be Eddie as a woman. You can't be stubborn and you are saying or insisting that, oh, I'm just going to dress like that. That's the way, I feel cool dressing nude. No, you should be listening to that man. You should be listening to that woman, because he is going to be accountable for your growth, for your development. See, I tell you, it's not everyone who is married that is matured. There are a lot of babies in adult bodies in marriage, even though they have the body of a full-grown woman, but inside their mind, they are babies. Same way we have men too who are babies in adult bodies. And when you are married to those kind of people, such person need to listen to their partner who is more mature. You need to listen to the more mature partner. You need to take instruction from them. You need to take to their advice, because they know better than you do, rather than you arguing, being stubborn about it. Please listen, because some of us still have a lot of work to do on ourselves, on our mind, on our character, our exposure. We have a lot to do on that, and you cannot tell me, oh, that's how I've always dressed, that's the way I grew up. Excuse me, that is the way you grew up, but now you have found yourself in a new family unit, so you have to adapt to the new happenings in that new family where you are married into, where you belong to. If this is the way we want you to dress here, then you have to comply. Once you subscribe to that marriage, you can't go around town naked and expect that your partner will be happy with that. No, they are not going to be happy with that. No man or woman will be happy to see their spouses going around town naked. Now, I know that there are some other men that likes that. They like their wife going out with all their boobs out. Now, if you're married to one of those, good. If that is what he wants, then you can go out naked with him. Why? Because that is what he wants. He's your husband after all. But if you are married to one that does not like it, that is telling you, please, I don't want you to go out nude. I don't want you to go out half naked. I don't want you to go out there uncovered. Then please listen to him, because that is what he wants. He doesn't like to see his wife privacy, being seen or being invaded by every eye, passing through the street. So women need to get this message correctly. And the truth is, nudity is not the crown of beauty, because see, I've seen beautiful women, I mean beautiful women that dress properly, that are well covered, and I mean, they are epitomes of beauty, and you will never see their nakedness out there. They are properly dressed. Why? Because they know they have a reputation out there to protect, and they will not put up any identity that will misrepresent them, out there in the face of the public. So you need to learn that as well. And as a mother, if you are dressing nude, please, what example are you laying for your children? Because if you are dressing nude, you are simply telling your children that, wow, well, children, you can equally dress nude. It's normal, it's okay to dress nude. If you, the mother, is doing that, then that is the example you are laying for your children, and they would definitely dress nude as well when they are growing up. So please, let's be careful what we do as spouses, as parents, because this act of being careless about what we do, and you keep saying, oh, it doesn't matter. Please, it matters a lot, because even these days, even in places of worship, we see all of these things, and you are wondering, excuse me, is there no sense of indecency anymore in society? Please, let's be reasonable, let's be decent. Don't put an eyesore, don't be an eyesore to people out there, that when they see it, they're like, people have to throw their faces away. A man was sharing with me yesterday how severally, when he's going out or driving around town, he has to be throwing his face away to the other side severally. Why? Because he's seeing a lot of women that are improperly dressed, and because he's a married man, he said he doesn't want to get himself tempted, so he will be forced to throw his head to the other side. Now, for how long will men keep throwing their heads to the other side, and keep closing their eyes while on the steering? Why? Because they don't want to see a bad scene or a bad sight or an eyesore. Women should please learn to dress properly, be well covered, go get some clothes and cover yourself up. Nudity is not the crown of beauty. So I would like to stop here now, and I hope I've passed a message across. Please, and please, you are out to serve and to please your spouse and your family. You are out to serve them. You are not out to make them unhappy. You are not out to displease them or to misrepresent them in any way, to be disrespectful to them. If you are violating their rules as a person, or the rules of the family, or making them unhappy, or making them ashamed of you, that is not good or proper at all. So hope you've learned a lot. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as we promise to bring you more interesting topic, more insightful content. Please leave us a comment on what you think. Give us a like if you like this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more. I remain your host, Malaya and Oputi. Until we meet again, I say bye-bye.